clinic. They've hired some coaches from one of the senior Canadian teams to go over stroke, land drills.
Championships, and I'm talking gold medals. This style works, okay? I can't judge the other stuff. If it works too, that's great. But this stuff works, and this is meant to take advantage of both glide. I need a paddle. Can I have that paddle? So instead of doing this, the recovery coming straight up like this, the body stays forward, if you see, and it's very, very square the whole way through. So not a lot of muscle or weight is being transferred on the paddle. It's a lot of arms. My interpretation of it. Again, I'm not judging, but our stroke with the recovery is more of a figure 7. So it comes up across the person's scapula on the other side of their body and then transfers over. And it's done mainly by the top arm, okay? The bottom arm actually shuts off as we pass the hip. And at this point, the body's already leaning forward because it's almost coming forward as we go through the stroke. And as the exit happens here, we'll talk a little bit more about the exit in a minute. The top hand comes up in a figure 7, okay? By doing that and using that top arm, I'm using a lot more of my body. I am poised now to put my whole body down, weight down on this paddle here, which is going to give me a hell of a lot of strength. I'm going to use my lats, my pecs to a lesser extent, and my legs, and my body weight, and it's coming down like this, okay? That's why we recover like this. It opens up our body. Now, one thing you notice with my arms is that they never collapse into my body. Some old sayings used to be, the paddle's radioactive, which is a little ridiculous, but keeps it away from your body. So the whole point here, though, is my upper body is being used as a unit. All the way to my hip. The twist comes from my hip, and the whole body is being used, okay? This is my paddle stroke. Weight comes down on it, and it's force, okay? Have you ever seen the exhibition and those hammer things? Have you ever tried them out? See the guys that do this and the little thing goes boom? Whereas the guys that win, they use the whole body. Okay, that's what we want to do. More body you use, the stronger stroke. Here, you should be able to see daylight between my head and the arm. This is the A-frame that all of you have heard about before, and then it's a press down. The head exchanges position with the arm. I'm pressing down, putting my weight on the paddle, okay? That's the motion. You guys getting that part? Okay. Now the exit, as I travel through the exit in order to keep this a nice elliptical stroke and a natural stroke, there's no hesitating at any point. When I come back, when my body derotates to this point here and my shoulders are perpendicular to the side of the boat, my arm is about here, my elbow has got a very slight bend to it, and then I'm going to bend it just a touch more. It's almost like my elbow is smashing through some glass wall here in the exit, okay? So by this point here, and I'm going to show you this way because I'm the left, as my hand comes towards my hip, my elbow has preceded it by a couple of inches. It's not a choo-choo train. Okay, it's not like this because that would mean my arms are coming close to my body again. It's not the strongest lever. I'm keeping it down here, but my elbow's coming through a little bit, keeping that stroke down like this. I'm leaning forward, my body's already coming forward. Then that recovery occurs where the top hand comes over, top of the water. I'm going to straighten out. My top hand is out over the water. My bottom hand is straight. Now, a lot of you guys, what I'm seeing here is a bit of a death grip. Very enthusiastic, but this paddle's going to save your life. If you let go, you'll die, and it's like this. Now watch what happens when I relax that wrist into a more neutral position. Right. Okay? How much more water am I going to get? Just by that simple motion. Plus, I'm not going to waste my strength gripping this paddle so hard. Okay? One of the best paddlers I've ever known used to paddle like this. You know anybody paddles like this? Name will come to me in a second. Catch here, there, that paddle, and then you squeeze the pressure you have on it. Little hand, little finger here sort of graces the water. It never goes too deep or too high where you don't have the paddle buried, it races the water, goes along the channel of the boat, and it gives that recovery. Okay, using my whole body. And the average age on this team is 50.
Awesome.
So there is hope.
Yeah. Wow. Awesome.
CSDC. And their average age is over 50. We have one guy on the team is 63.
Wow.
We get older, we get better. Yeah. Many years of practice.
It's always been
It's
like
just
that.
a number of years of practice. They say it takes 10,000 hours of practice to get good at anything.
Yeah, that's right.
So if you're just starting your first year dragon boating, think of all the time you have to look forward to.
What's the team name again? Can you just say it
It's
again?
Canadian Senior Dragon Boat Club.
Senior Dragon Boat
It's
Club.
also known CSDC.
CSDC.
Do they train year round?
They train year round. We're in on the water till November. So last year we're second. They're always good. They've always been good, and they're World Club Crew champions in the 2,000 meter event and the women's events. 5 silver medals the last Club Crew championships. It's a very good team. Okay, this is actually the team winning last week. The arms are coming up for the most part, still over the head. The A-frame. I'll show you some video of them actually paddling, and you'll see what I mean. Using the whole body as a unit. This is they're attached with a bungee cord.
You don't lean very far back.
We don't lean back. This
is a start, right?
This is,
Oh,
no,
this is a start.
this
Yeah,
is
yeah,
just
okay.
a very mellow part. We
Okay.
do lean forward. We never come back further than we never, for instance, go to 90. You're off center when you go up to 90 here.
Okay, so you're like at 75.
No, I'd say maybe if this is 90, we're maybe 80, maybe 5 to 10 degrees off. We do sit up, but it's aggressively and it's a bit forward.
Okay.
And then we get more forward in the start.
Aggressively forward. Okay.
This is a start, so we're more forward, and you should be forward. You shouldn't sit up until the transition.
Yeah. The start. Okay.
But take a look how the arms move, even on a start. They never ever collapse in on the body. Okay, we see some elbow softening up here. Okay, this is the doctor. He's 54.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. Transition. This elbow comes through a little bit, but never becomes a choo-choo train.
Right.
But the top arm is always high and above the head.
Oh, she's good.
This is
I
Louise,
like her
yeah.
form.
That's exactly
Oh.
what you should be. See how she
Right.
moves that water right through her hip.
Right.
Okay.
She doesn't have a
She. What's that?
She doesn't have a partner?
That's excellent.
Well,
form.
no, we take 2 boats out at a time, so we don't have full boats all the time. Okay, so this is our rate. This is our stroke right here. Never do you see this guy's new. He needs work, but this, as you see, the whole body's moving together. The twist comes from the hip. I see all the hips going up in the middle of a stroke when I'm coaching. Okay. Now what? Now here's a bigger guy. You
Nice.
squeeze down.
Oh, I like that punch in the water. Oh.
She's too
Beautiful.
vertical.
Are you getting turned on?
She's too vertical.
Are you getting turned on?
Oh, it's beautiful.
This paddler versus the first 2 pacers.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a dive.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Well, they have.
That's pretty much our rate. This
The
is
reason
kind of our
why
rate.
is
You.
you see this?